What's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a little different than my other vlogs. I'm just kind of gonna sit here and talk to you guys a little bit. As you can tell by the title, we have some exciting news to share. And later on in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I told my husband, how he told his parents, and the little announcement that we put on Facebook. But I forgot to record earlier in the day and kind of do like a introduction to the video per se, I guess, because I planned on doing a video strictly for my husband's announcement, but the video wasn't as long as I thought it would be, mainly because he guessed what was going on before he got home, so I didn't get the reaction that I thought I would. But I'm just going to kind of explain what kind of happened that day, and then show you guys how we told everyone. So, it was last Saturday, September 1st. I woke up at about 6 in the morning and I decided to take a test. I'd been having heartburn every night for the past few nights, and that wasn't usual for me. If I get heartburn, it happens once in a blue moon. So I decided to take a test. Well, I was half asleep and I thought I saw a line pop up, but I thought, hey, I'm just tired, I'm forcing myself to see something that's not there. So I went back to bed. I woke up at about 10:30 that morning to get my day started, and I pulled that test from 6 in the morning out, and there was a line. It was very faint, but it was there, and I thought to myself, this could be an EVAP line, which, if you're not familiar with trying to get pregnant and pregnancy tests, basically when the urine dries, sometimes a line appears. It's very light and usually doesn't have color to it, so I wasn't sure if it was an EVAP line or not. So figured I would take another test, even though it wouldn't technically be my first morning urine, but I held my pee for 4 hours in between those times. So I took another test and immediately another line popped up, but it was very faint. Now at this point I was still five days before my missed period, so the faint line wasn't a cause for concern. But for those two tests, they were internet cheapies off of Amazon, so I thought, I better run to the store, get something a little more expensive just to double check. So I went to the closest store with my son. My husband was at work at this time, and they only had the blue dye test, which, again, if you don't really know much about trying to conceive or taking pregnancy tests, the blue dye tests are not as reliable as the pink dye tests, especially before you've missed your period. They're known to show false positives, false negatives, but it was my only option at the moment. So I bought a box of 2, decided I would take both at once, and if I thought they were positive, or even if I thought they were negative, I was going to go get a first response later in the day when I had more time. So I came home and I took the tests, and they both had a very, very faint line. Those lines were so faint that had I not had the prior positive test that morning, I would have concluded those were negative on their own. So at that point I was like, okay, it's time. I really have to go get a first response, because these other 4 tests were just not conclusive to me. So I went and got a package of first response. There was 2 tests in the box. I only took one because I wanted to save one for either a few days later when my HCG levels would be higher, or for when I officially missed my period. So I came home, I took that test, and immediately there was a line, and it was much darker than the other test, but still faint, because I will post a picture of that so you guys can see it. It was very obviously a positive. I didn't have to strain my eyes to see it, but it was still, for first response, it was still a light positive. So I've, of course, tested. Up until my period, I tested every single day afterwards. I still had a bunch of internet cheapies, and then of course I used the first response. All my tests have gotten darker. If I can, I'll show you the most recent one I took, because that one is really dark, and I took that one today, and I believe I am 3 days past, no, Thursday, I am 4 days past my missed period. So I will show you guys that real quick. Again, just another internet cheapie. I hope that you guys can see that. Hopefully. If not, I'll post a picture of it, and I'll show you guys a picture of like all the tests that I took and how they progressively got darker. But yeah, so at that point I ran to the store. I got my husband, I just got a little bag and tissue paper because I was just going to put the pregnancy test in there, and then I wrote him a cute little card, which you guys will see in this next clip. I had actually, since we knew we were trying, I'd been thinking for months about how I wanted to tell him, but I couldn't come up with any cute ideas that compared to how I told him last time. So I just, I found out that day, and I just came up with some really cute ideas the night before, but because I found out that day, I didn't have time. And if you guys don't know me, I'm not good at keeping secrets, especially from my husband. So there was no, let me wait a couple days, get this thing together, and then tell him. I had to tell him that day. So kind of threw something together last minute. And before I show you guys the clip of how I told him, I just wanted to kind of give you a little quick background. If you guys are new to the channel, or if you just haven't seen the video yet, I'm sure you guys probably know, though, if you've seen my previous videos, that we went to Disney for my son's birthday. And based on when I ovulated, we would have made the baby while we were on our vacation. For anyone who questions, because I've already gotten that question a lot of people said, wow, you had time for that. Yeah, we did not go and do things every single day of our vacation. We actually had 3 relaxed days of our 7 days there. So a little less than half of our vacation was legitimately just relaxing, and that was because we had so much going on back at home that we needed that time to just stay in our place and relax. So for everyone who wanted to know, yes, it did happen at Disney. Yes, we were plenty awake. We were not too tired to do, you know, what makes babies. So I'm going to show you guys the clip of me showing you guys the little card that I made him, and then I'm going to show you guys the clip of how I told him. Again, don't expect a fancy reaction. I screwed up on my part because I told him before he got home, you know, hey, I've got a gift for you when you get home. Wasn't his birthday, wasn't an anniversary or anything. So on his way home, he always likes to call me on his drive home, and he guessed what it was. And, you know, of course I tried to play it off like, no, it's not that. But he knew, irregardless. So by the time he got home, he essentially knew. So when I gave it to him, it was just more confirmation. So I didn't really get a huge reaction out of him this time, but that's okay, because he was still very excited. And then, like I said, I'll throw in the clip of how we told his parents, and then we'll see you guys in the next video, which will most likely be a pregnancy update, because I'm getting ready to record that as soon as I'm done here. So just wanted to pop in, give you guys some pre-information before I throw those clips on you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment below. Maybe you have some fun stories with how you told your husband, how you told your family. Share this video with anyone you think would like it, and as always, subscribe to our channel so you can get notifications. And so sit down so I can give you a gift.